Did you know that every year around 70% of Americans are likely to set their goals? Yet only 6% will actually achieve them. Do you really want to be in those, 94%? Or do you want to be in those 6% who actually achieve them? Do you want to make sure you hit your goals? If that's you, keep listening to this video. My name is Ante, and on this channel you will learn how to become way more productive so you can make way more money, be way more successful in whatever you do, whilst working or studying way less. So let's get into it. At the start of the 8th grade, my mom made me a deal. If I pass this grade with an A, she's gonna buy me a gaming PC, whichever one I want. Back at that time, this was freaking so motivating to me. I wanted this PC so much. I don't know if you ever felt, that excited. Recently you probably didn't. I really wanted it, really. Not like I wanted it, I wanted this. And the first day, I and a few friends, we made a deal. We were gonna go to our school with bikes. And it's like 5-6 kilometers away from our house, something like that, around there. We start going, we go and blah blah blah, and I started doing stupid tricks on my bike, and I fell down, and I think, nothing's broken, everything's fine, and we can continue going. Okay, sure. And I'm in school, we're taking the books, we're writing our schedule for the week, and everything seems fine. Mom comes, we give her the books so we don't have to drive them down home with bikes. She goes off with the car. She asks, everything fine? Yes, everything fine. She goes off. Okay. We start going, and my hand starts hurting more and more, minute by minute. By the time I came home, I was in such pain. I was like, Mom, no, I actually came home, sorry. My mom, we gotta go to hospital. We gotta go to hospital immediately. She's like, I even asked you. I asked you. I was there. And we go to hospital. We take a picture. We screen the hand, and you see pretty much it's broken. That's what I want to say. And first day of school, I broke my arm, but I still have that goal. And guess what? I was freaking studying every single day anyway. I was doing my homework. I was preparing for exams way before, not the last day. I actually took this year more serious than any in my freaking life. No freaking joke. And guess what? At the last day, she says, you have a 4.4, meaning you're gonna pass with a 4. I calculated it wrong. I thought I'm gonna have 4.5 because she calculated it and she was 4.5. No. Last day she says, no, it's 4.4. Still this day I think she cheated on me. I should have done that myself, the calculations, but we split it half off. The point is, even though despite I faced that huge challenge of breaking the arm, I couldn't write for 4-5 months, something like that, I still achieved that goal. Why do you think so? Because it was so motivating to me. I'm hyped right now when I think about that goal. And what I have right now in my life is, again, this highly motivating goal. And I want that same for you. Imagine yourself. How would your life look like if you had this goal that was like infusion? I'm not saying you do drugs, but that just give you so much adrenaline and energy to conquer, to do whatever you have to do to accomplish this goal of yours you want to do so badly. So I know you probably don't know what you want to do so badly, but it's worth being introspective about it, asking ChatGPT, seeing what you really want, asking what single thing, like what single goal could make me most proud in the next few months, and asking questions, like that, to identify what excites you so much. What would you sacrifice because you want that goal so much? That's what I want from you. And to quote not only tell about it from myself, from my experience in the past, but also by Tim Ferriss, the author of 5 New York Times bestsellers. So, and also very famous and successful entrepreneur and podcaster who literally has more than 100 million downloads on, I think, Spotify. So yeah, more accomplishments. This is very short. Very successful guy. This, take it from him. There's some quoting from him, not word for word, but this is all from his book 4 Hour Workweek. Be ambitious and unreasonable. Most people believe that they can do, that they can't achieve big things, literally, and thus they set realistic goals. And because everybody sets realistic goals, there's the biggest competition for actually realistic goals. It's actually most time consuming to get such a job. And it's actually the hardest because everybody applies for them. Not for the big goals that actually everybody would want to, but because they don't believe they can achieve it, they don't apply for those jobs. They don't even, they don't even think about it because they're like, no, there's no way I'm gonna get hired for that position. That's one quote from him. And another reason that I mentioned, and this is from Tim Ferriss too, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Literally, when you set highly motivating goals, it actually fuels you with energy. When you face a challenge like I did, I broke my arm, or when something comes up unexpected, you're gonna go through those trials and tribulations. You're gonna smash it. You're gonna, find a way. You're not gonna give up because this goal motivates you so much. You wanna achieve it so hard. You get me? That's why we're gonna actually accomplish it. That's the second reason. And this is from Tim Ferriss, as I said. By the way, if you got value from this video, if you're an entrepreneur who wants to make way more money working way less, then click on the link in the description of this video because you can get my one-on-one help, personally tailored to your goals, to your circumstances, so you crush your goals, so you make way more money, as I said, working way less, have way more time, less stress, and way more. So click the link in the description of this video. Now, the second thing, the first action step is you want to set a highly motivating goal, obviously. So think about it, what would motivate you so much. 2025 started. You probably set some goal, maybe you didn't write it down, but you probably have it in your mind. Okay, I want to do this by the end of this year, or let's say I want to get shredded by the summer, or I want to bulk up to 80 kilos, or whatever it is. I don't know, but you probably have some goal in mind. Maybe you didn't write it down, as I said, but you have some. Well, you're probably not going to achieve it. Just going to be fair. Why? Because how you perceive that goal, how you put it. I said, set a highly motivating goal, but there's another thing that you want to do to make your chances of achieving it way higher, and that is set a 12-week goal. This is something I learned from 2 very famous entrepreneurs, Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington, yes. These guys wrote a few books. They're very famous entrepreneurs with a whole bunch of organizations, individuals, become way more productive, achieve more in 12 weeks than most people do in 12 months. Yes, you heard that correctly. The biggest thing that they tell you is, don't think in annual goals. You can't predict so hard in the future. It's hard. And also, a few weeks into it, let's say you're gonna get shredded for the summer. A few weeks into it, you're gonna be like, there's so much, time till summer. I don't really need to be so consistent. I can not go to the gym today, or I can, eat a bit more today than I should, or something similar. And what this slowly does is you start slacking off more and more, and you actually generally quit by like the end of first month, or like month and a half. At least a bunch of people. That's why you see a bunch of people at the gym at the start of the year, and a month goes by and there's like half people less. So don't be like most people, because 6% of them accomplish their goals, as we said in the start, around 6%. What else you want to do is you want to take their approach, and what they talk about is redefine the whole year. So from 12 months, obviously, to 12 weeks. Yeah, you heard me correctly. The whole year. I want you to forget about the concept of the year as you've been taught. 12 months, every month, 30 days, blah, blah, blah. No. Completely forget about that. What you want to establish in your brain, think about it this way. You want to start thinking about this way, truly. My year has 12 weeks. This is a year. This is a whole year. Give me a second. Don't call me crazy. Why would you do this? Think about it. Well, let's take the same example of going to the gym to getting lean by shredded by summer. Now for 12 weeks, you're probably not gonna set that high. I mean, you could pull it off maybe, but you know that you want to go it slowly. You don't want to cut very fast, crazy cut, go in a huge deficit. You want to make it gradual, But you're gonna look way better, and you're gonna accomplish your goal definitely. Way higher chances. Why? Because let's say fourth week comes by, and you're like, I don't really want to go today, or you've been, I want to go out, or whatever it is. But you're like, man, in 8 weeks, I want to accomplish my goal. Like, it's third of the year is already gone. I've been productive. I'm going to the gym for the third of the year. For 4 weeks. That's a huge time span. That's third of the year, as I said. There's only 8 more weeks. I mean, that's a bunch of time, but that's a bunch of time in your whole year. But imagine to most people, that's nothing. 2 months out of 12 months. You see, this approach, this mindset, the way, if you think about it this way, this creates urgency. It creates focus. It creates so that you really track. Are you doing the things that are going to move you to your goals? So this means you're not going to slack off. This means you're actually going to go to the gym. You're going to go and accomplish your goal, whatever it is. Because the urgency, the focus. You're going to be accountable to whoever you said that you're going to be accountable if you have an accountability partner. So that's why this approach is so beneficial, leading you ultimately to way higher chances of you crushing your goals and living the life that you truly want to live, being so proud of yourself that you actually pulled it off. So that's pretty much it. Set a 12-week goal and start thinking about this 12-week year. So every 4 weeks is like not a quarter, but like, how would you say that? It's third of the year. 6 weeks is half of the year. Every week is like a month to most people. To you, every week is like a month. And you could say every day is like a week then. Yeah, let that sink in. 12 weeks, year. 6 weeks, half a year. Every week, month. Every day, week. I really hope this will help you. If you want, check out the book. I'm reading it, and I'm probably gonna make a special video just on it because it's so beneficial, and I want to help you. Go deeply into it. I'm reading it right now. It's amazing. So that's it for the second action step. Let's go to the third action step. I want to quote Alex Hormozi. You probably heard about it. He's very famous on YouTube for a very successful businessman. He literally helps like businesses will make, I think it's like 1 to 10 million scale to like way more, to like 100 million or like way more than 1 to 10 million. So he doesn't work with businesses that are making less than $1 million in revenue per year, I think it is. As Hormozi says, to quote him, winners change their environment so it's easy to work as hard as possible on their goals. Winners are very careful about the environment they're in. Another story that Alex Hormozi told was pretty much, there was this writer in this building, and in this building there was nothing. In this room, that he was writing in. And there was only a desk, a window in which through he could see nature, something that he wrote with, and something that he wrote on, a chair too. So pretty much nothing except the required things to write. And what he would do every single day when he would sit down on his chair is he would say to himself, I don't have to write. This guy's a writer. I don't have to write. But I don't have to do anything else either. Okay? And what this would do is he would stare at the nature for a few minutes, maybe 20, maybe even half an hour. But at some point he would get bored. And once he got bored, he was like, let's freaking start this for just writing. It was not because he was disciplined or hyper-motivated. He was just bored. And he was like, let's rather write instead of be bored. Who likes to be bored? So Since it's very simple, but imagine if you apply that approach. Imagine if where you work, where you study, whatever it is for you, imagine if you have this careful design room in which only thing you have is actually the book, the if you study or if you work, the laptop, the PC, chair and the desk, and that's it. Everything that's necessary. And there's no other distractions. There's no phones buzzing off. There's no notifications on your PC turned on. Nobody can call you. Imagine that being your future. And you say that sit there and you're like, I don't have to work. And you just sit, you stare at the wall or the nature, and after a few minutes, maybe even 20, I don't know, depending on what you look at, you're gonna get bored. And you, same as that guy, will not be disciplined. You will just start working because it's way better than being bored looking at the stupid blank wall or the nature. See, by designing your environment, being very careful about how you design your environment, you're actually going to start working. So that's the third thing. Design your environment very carefully. Change your environment. Don't focus on your behavior. Focus on the environment that you're in. And as I said, thinking that you're right, this writer, what would he do? How would he design his environment? And also on top of that, you want to optimize it digitally. Make your screen more boring. Put on grayscale mode so it's all black and white. Make sure to remove all the notifications. Nobody can call you. Nobody can see you're active on any social media, Discord or whatever you use. Block all the sites, forums, websites, make it so that you cannot use any of these apps till the time. You can only use the apps that are actually going to be used for your work. So that's the third thing. And make it more enjoyable. Make sure you have water next to you, so you don't have to get up, just get some water and let some natural light in as you see, let some fresh air in, so it's way better. Make sure you're comfortable, That's the third step. The third thing, your environment. Fourth thing is every day do this power down ritual. This is from Rand Doris. He's a co-founder of Flow Research Collective, which is an institute that researches flow and peak performance, literally to make everybody, organizations, entrepreneurs, athletes, way more literally achieve way better results. He helped numerous companies like Audi, US Navy, F1. He's working with F1, like bunch of organizations, bunch of famous entrepreneurs that you all know of. I'm gonna put something on the screen, and so these are the power down ritual that I learned from him. Okay, this is not something I pretty much came upon on the spot right now. No, this is from him. First, avoid goal drift. Once you have this highly, this is the last step. So once you do all this, you're gonna have a highly motivating goal, all the way from a few years ahead or a year, to 12-week goal, to what you're gonna do pretty much in a week. If you take action on 12-week goal, if you actually read a book, it's gonna break it down to each week. You review all of this. You review what you're gonna do, what you wanna do longer term and shorter term, in a week, in 12 weeks, in a day, pretty much. You wanna review the whole thing. Why would you do this? Because you don't want to forget about where you're headed in. Imagine you're a captain in a boat. He looks at his compass. Why? Because he wants to make sure he's going in the right direction. You want to do pretty much, with this, you're pretty much doing the same thing. You're making sure you're going in the right direction towards accomplishing your goals. Second thing, set aside a few minutes to think about what are the most important actions that you could do. If you could only do 1 to 2, max 3 things in a day, what would you do? If you, for example, want to grow a YouTube channel, yet you can only work for 4 hours a week. 4 hours a week, imagine. What would you do? What would you generally do? Well, you would probably, try to make great free videos per week. And that's it. With all the editing and picking up the title and idea and scripting the video and actually recording the video in 4 hours, especially if you're just starting, that's awesome. So you would probably do that. If you have 2 hours, what would you do? You would only record videos. Obviously, you have to pick a title, and script it in few bullet points, but you'd pretty much only record it. That would take the most out of those 2 hours. You see how by minimizing the time we work, you actually see, what are the most important action steps? Because I don't have 8 hours every day. So by asking yourself these questions, like what would I do if I could work only 4 hours a week or even less? You actually realize, okay, these are the most important actions. And the more time you allow yourself to work, you will see more things that you could do. But these more things often give you no results. This is what he says, why you need to pick these goal-directed actions, because these are the actions that are going to move you most to your goals. I'm not saying you're going to work for 4 hours a week, but if you, let's say you instead work for 4 hours a day, that's a way better approach, because you're going to only do things that are going to move you the most, pretty much. So once you pick those, you want to make sure for the day ahead to pick which 1 to 3 are you going to do them the next day in the time period that you have scheduled for your work or studying or whatever it is. There's goal-directed actions for any goal. I'm just using work as an example. Once you did that, you want to pretty much break down these goal-directed actions into micro steps. So let's say it's to record a video. Well, first you need to pick a title. Okay, so how do I pick a title? Write each step for how to pick a title. So next day you want to pick a title, you just follow the task list. You want to break this down into micro steps. Why? Because you're going to get constant dopamine throughout the whole process and you're going to keep going. Same as a video game. Bam, you kill the one guy, bam, you get accomplishment. You do one objective, bam, you get accomplishment. You get some reward, get some golden gun or whatever it is. Why? To get you dopamine often, so that you keep playing as much as possible, so that you often get addicted to it, pretty much. I'm going to be straight up honest. You want to do, what they do too, but this is a productive manner, not for playing video games. So that's pretty much the third thing. And the fourth thing is pretty much just asking yourself, have I done everything for the day? Are there any undone tasks that I didn't do today? So that's pretty much it for the video. I really hope that this video helped you. If you apply only 2 out of these 4 action steps, I highly think that your life is gonna change forever. I really hope this video helped you, as I said, and I'll see you in another one. See ya. Bye.